Side, up and over. Good. So left hip's forward, so you can kind of get tension and then throw the frisbee. Yep. And then reconnect. Good job.
What if the healing you've been searching for has been hiding in the weird? Taking the Weird Out of Woo is a new series that's on a mission to normalize non-traditional therapies and explore healing beyond the mainstream, one episode at a time. Each week, we bring together 3 powerful elements: a skeptic who's open but unsure, an expert who's lived and studied the method, and a real experience that just might change everything. From sound healing to breathwork, energy medicine, and beyond, we're diving into the woo with curiosity, compassion, and a willingness to ask, could this actually help? This isn't just entertainment, it's an invitation to feel, to heal, and to explore what's possible when nothing else has worked. Welcome to Taking the Weird Out of Woo. Let's heal together. You may wonder, what in the world is woo about dance? Well, Soul Coast Dance is definitely way more than dance. Soul Coast Dance is about community and connection and learning through movement how to identify what might be the blocks within and utilizing the power of movement and mentorship and community to learn how to connect with themselves, with each other, and with a large community that has their back. So you're gonna see the power of this movement in so many lives. You're gonna hear about transformational stories today about people who have literally transformed their life one step at a time. Because they say, it takes 2 to tango.
Yeah. So traditional dance, they focused on steps and footwork. That is dance to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about going to a dance class and it's like, this is how you move your feet, this is how you move your body, and you're constantly being instructed on what to do and how to do it. What I do is I give like guidelines around dance. So it's like, hey, this is the general idea. These are some rules. This is how people move in this structure. And then it's up to you to kind of play with it. And so it's, instead of focusing on the footwork and on like, this is how to do it, because that instantly gets you in your head and you're like, am I doing it right? And then it's right or wrong constantly. Whereas the world that we create is a world that is a little more woo. It's like, there's no wrong answer. You stumble, make it part of the dance. And did you stumble or are you dancing? Like you just constantly are bringing into question this concept of right or wrong, because right or wrong gets us really stuck. Last night we rent out, or we reserve Classic Fun Center, which is a huge skating rink. We have like 200-300 people there on Wednesday nights. Last night we had a group there because we had a graduation tonight there. So anyway, so there was a competition, and all the people that care about the steps and the footwork and think that that's most important, they were on the other side of the rope. And all the people that are just there to have fun and connect and play were on this side of the rope. And last night, halfway through the night, I was like, this is one of the most fun dance nights I've had. And I was like, oh yeah. Because the group on this side is the group that we've created this whole new environment around dancing. Instead of this is how it should look, it's hey, these are the guidelines, and the most important part is to connect and have fun. And once you get into that, then having fun actually amplifies your learning process. It helps you speed it up because you're having a blast. If you think about learning anything and you start off really hard and painful, it's like, I don't want to go back. But if you start off with like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. It was cool how we connected this way and that way, and I wasn't even messing up, and I was brand new. It was the coolest thing. Suddenly you are hardwired to enjoy that thing, and you come back more and more and more. So it starts off like there's science behind everything that we do, but the very first steps are like, well, show me a move. Show me, what are the steps? Like people ask me all the time, I'm here to learn a move, Jake. And I'm like, then go find a different teacher. I'll teach you how to connect. I'll teach you how to like real world, like live in this dance thing. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, this is the step. This is the only way to do it. It's like, hey, you're going to do it your own way. I'm just going to help you get there as fast as possible.
Why I'm doing it is just because I've always had like, even now that I like myself more, I've never had confidence really, like very little confidence. Even if I'm skilled at something, I try to tame that down and belittle myself about it. So I've just never had like a lot of confidence. I guess the most confident I would be is like if I'm good at something, I'm a little confident, and I'm a competitive person. So like I keep wanting to improve and be better than someone or even myself. So definitely confidence. And I just think being more comfortable with my body in a way. I've never been too comfortable with my body. I'm even in like the past 2 months have I been trying to improve my health and stuff like that. It just never took priority growing up. So
I did a few like dance interviews today with some of my students that I've been working with for anywhere from 2 months to 2 years. And the repeated pattern has been, through the community opportunity, I've rewired this thing. So whatever it is, you have a safe place to practice something new. And so you're practicing the confidence, and you're practicing, and you're getting to experience what it's like to have reciprocated energy versus someone who's like, oh, I can see you're vulnerable here and you're attracting predators. Like if you're wounded, you're going to attract a predator. Whereas if you're confidently practicing something new and it's a safe place, and you're attracting other people that are vibing on the same frequency as you, that are working towards something, instead of this is how I am and this is what I'm interested in. So anyway, the community aspect is really interesting because we have mirror neurons that fire. And I was explaining this a little earlier, but if you have two monkeys and one's eating banana, both brains will fire in the same places of deliciousness. Like both monkeys will have the same experience, even though only one of them is eating the banana, because the other one has mirror neurons that fire. They're like, I bet it tastes like this. And it just like you're matching. And that's what happens as humans. We have these experiences where your mirror neurons fire. And when you come to class and you find yourself accepted by person after person after person after person after person, your brain is going to start to be like, maybe I'm a delicious banana, right? Like it's like this whole different concept of like, maybe I have worth here.
Oh, hey, are you here for dance class? Let's start this over. You need to start with your left foot through the door. Left foot through the door. Okay, left and right and left, and move those hips, and left and right and left and right and left and right. Okay, now let's get the shoulders going. Okay, let's start over. It's gonna be a tough case. All right, left. Oh, really good step, nice job. Okay, right and left. Now let's get the hips going. Left and right and left and right and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. Ooh, this is good, this is good. I think you'll fit in right here.
Soul Coast has changed my life in many ways. I will get emotional. Even just in the last couple of months, it's changed my life in allowing me to live and to be in my feminine and to be okay with that. I have been a single mom for 13 years, and I think I just lived in my masculine so much. And Soul Coast has allowed me to embrace and to live in my feminine.
Honored enough to become a part of Soul Coast and one of the instructors, and it's a purpose and a passion that fulfills every aspect of my being. It's just, I can't talk about it enough. It's everything to me. So, and on all things, mind, body, heart, soul, it hits it. So
super awesome. There's been really hard spots on it, like, you're learning how to lead your woman through life, and it's like, man, some things were just so difficult because it brings up like not just dance techniques, but whatever's going on, in your relationship. And the cool thing is Jake sees a lot of that. This is about relationship with masculine, feminine, and anyway, so it's just been a big healing journey.
And so acceptance is so huge. We have people that come in all shapes, sizes, different progress. We have people that have been doing dance for 15 years, different styles of dance, whether that's ballroom or salsa, and they come here and they prefer it. There's a level of flow and connection, and and intimacy with yourself that you get to have with this kind of dance, and it's so beautiful. It also takes away a lot of the stress with a lot of the foot patterns, which I really appreciate. I remember the first time I went to class, I was just waiting for like the 1, 2, 3, and it never happened. And they focus so much on the connection between you and the partner, the connection with yourself and your body, and it just is so perfect for anybody that's wanting to get into dance, movement in general, or just to get to know yourself and your partner more.
Well, I found dance through healing because I had to heal myself because of some life experiences, and I found Jake and his dancing by accident, and it's been a great experience. We're both dancing and healing. A lot of great people, a lot of great souls. That's why it's called Soul Coast.
What are some other goals you have, either in life or in like with the dance thing?
I think some goals is getting more confident with my body.
Okay.
This goes into confidence, but like taking initiative and
Nice. I know that you're in life, you're just kind of like looking to break through some barriers, some upper limit stuff.
yeah.
Should we put that on there, like
Yeah.
break through upper limit? Are there any other goals that you can think of that have popped in your mind over the last couple days?
Keeping focus, like not getting distracted at times. So.
The first thing is there are no accidents. Are you familiar with that concept?
Mm-hmm.
So what would that mean to you? Did you hear us talk about that in dance last night?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, there's like tripping over yourself, or
Yeah.
like if you do something wrong, it's not like it's not a big deal.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, I messed it up. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you just make that part of the dance. Same
Yeah.
concept goes in life. It's like you feel like you're stumbling through something, and then you can act like it's an accident, and it will be one of those things that makes us lose our focus. Like we literally will focus so much on the accident or the supposed accident that it'll distract us from our goal and purpose. So there are no accidents. Can I get the idea of that one? The second one is you're 100% responsible for your life's experience. Familiar with that concept? So it's basically just like full ownership of your reality. Everything that you've created, everything that you're doing, you're 100% responsible for. Obviously there's things that we can't control, but on some level we're responsible for what we brought into our life. Like you talked about yesterday, how you're attracting certain things into your life, or certain people or partners. And if we understand what we're doing and how we're doing it, it allows us to take more accountability and shift. It's just like what your mom was talking about. Everything is within, and then if we shift what's within, then with the things without shift, like the things outside of us. And so the more ownership we can take of all this stuff, the better. So good with that one. Cool. The third one is the only way out is through. So this concept is interesting, but if you find yourself in the same pickle in every relationship, going to a new relationship is not going to change it. So it's just like you have to at some point go through that obstacle. And so the only way out is through is just this idea that we have to at some point work through the thing. So like what you're doing right now, which is extremely brave and commendable, such a cool age to do this at, like to get this skill set and to conquer this scary thing in most, like this is probably the scariest thing that I've found in most people's lives. I know people that will run, like they'll swim miles and miles and miles, but they will not stand in front of someone and try to dance.
Yeah.
Like you are facing a very, very scary thing for a lot of people, and you're doing it now. So you're facing this now, so you don't have to another time. But the only way out is through is a simple concept of you've just got to go get through it at some point, right? Good with that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Fourth one is you're whole and complete. This one is hard for some people that didn't have like a great upbringing because they believe this idea that there's something wrong with them. But you're whole and complete as you are. Exactly where you're at is wonderful. It's amazing. It's incredible. And the more that you can kind of accept that and realize that, the less you're going to be beating yourself up. Because of course, like if you're whole and complete, where you're at is perfect and you don't need to be anywhere else. Yeah, we can always grow and improve, but does it mean that it's wrong where you're at? No. Like you're whole and complete as is. And so the idea is that we'll play with what is available instead of try to act like you need to be something that you're not. Cool.
Yeah.
And then the last one is you don't know what you don't know. This is just a simple idea of like, there's so many things that show up that just kind of teach us from nowhere. Like, right, I might bump into a homeless person that teaches me the greatest life lesson that I've ever learned. You don't know until you actually have the experience. And so you're going through an experience now, and you're going to be conquering some fears and stepping through some big walls and obstacles.
Anyway, so those are the 5 tenets that we just kind of fall back on, and we might refer back to them from time to time. Now we just want to add one piece to this. So are you familiar with the inner critic? Have you heard of that concept before?
Yeah.
How familiar are you? Just heard of it, or you know what it is?
I've just kind of heard of it.
Heard the words and stuff. So inner critic is this inner dialogue that's like this negative, like, oh, you messed that up, or I should have done something differently, right?
Yeah.
You have one of those in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think all of us do. So the inner critic is this thing that is not really yours. It's other people. Like, if you think about 5-year-old Luke, can you remember back that far?
Maybe.
Do you think that kid was hard on himself? Was he like, dang it, Luke, you should have built that fort bigger?
Probably not.
Yeah, I doubt it. Knowing you, like, you probably were just like a chill kid that was just like living life. Mm-hmm. Eventually you'll have a teacher that comes along and is like, you're doing this wrong. And they kind of like almost create this little bit of fear, and it attaches somehow to your psyche. And then you start adopting that thought process. Like, oh, I should have done that differently. Whereas young Luke is just like, just chilling.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Luke eventually gets this inner critic dialogue that starts telling him that he's doing stuff wrong, or he messed it up, or you could have had a relationship where you get rejected, and suddenly that voice that she said where you're not, there's something wrong with you, then you start thinking that that's true about yourself, and you hold that even though she's gone. Mm-hmm. And so the inner critic is never your own voice, but it's something that we get to wrestle with here, because as you're learning, you're going to hear your inner critic go off, and it's going to be like, oh, you did that wrong. And all we're asking today is just to notice it. As soon as you notice it and realize, you're actually going to be able to pull yourself away and realize that that's not your voice. That's some other voice that's in there that is not actually yours. You're not responsible for it. You're carrying it currently, but eventually we'll develop a practice that will help you start navigating that differently. And what the result of that is you'll be able to start learning at a much more efficient rate. So if you think about it, say you're learning how to like put up a wall, and your boss is constantly over your shoulder. You're doing that wrong. You're messing that up. You're not doing that right. And that's all he says. Your progress is going to be like, you're not really going to learn a lot, because you're just like, man, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone's encouraging, you're going to learn quickly, and like, oh yeah, this is important information. Put the wall here. It goes on this. The drywall goes on this stud, and it goes here and here and here. And this is how you set it up, and this is how far from the ground. All that's important information. It's not critical. That will help you learn. And then if someone's encouraging, like, oh, you did a great job, you're like, oh, positive reinforcement. I did a good job. I'm figuring this out. You're going to learn at a much more rapid rate. Same with anything. And so if you have that negative dialogue going on, it's really hard to learn stuff. But if you can start navigating and getting rid of that thing, that negative dialogue in your head, it allows you to learn at a much quicker rate. Now push right there. Good. Push, push, push. Engage. Good. And the last movement is the J turn. That one we're sending down the slot and then compressing and pushing around her right side, other side. So you're coming backwards, now pushing on her arm. Yep. Good. I'm gonna just put on some music, and you're just gonna be on your own for a minute. Just go through what you can remember of all 4 of those movements, okay? So you have sugar tuck, and May can help you out, but sugar tuck, underarm turn, left side pass, and J turn. Got those?
All right.
Got it, Luke.
You could either turn the other way. So you either like step to the
After the sun comes a time, after the
and
time comes a world.
We'll go through all 4 of them right now. Okay. So we have standard or basic,
Good.
Closed. This one is called your cuddle. So it's the underarm turn, but you're staying connected. So I'm doing the underarm turn, but I'm staying connected. That brings her into this position. This position is called a cuddle. The way you're holding her, you're holding inward tension just like this, and she's holding outward, or you're holding outward tension, she's holding inward tension.
Okay.
So we're keeping each other taut right here.
Okay.
Cool. So this is called the cuddle. I'll show you how to get into that second. The last movement, or the last hold, is called a sweetheart. And it's this. So sweetheart, remember, it's all about her comfort. So I'm not like, I've seen this 100 times. You're not out, you're not up. You're literally like comfortable for her, which looks as just like, she just hands up. She has light forward tension, you have back tension. I'll show you how to get into all of those. But those are your 4 holds. Okay. Now each one has variations, and we'll learn about those later. You don't need to worry about anything today besides sweetheart looks like this.
There's like variations down, there's variations up, there's variations behind. Let's go here. There's variations behind. So Sweetheart has lots of different angles and stuff, but you'll need to worry about the top one first.
Okay.
So we'll get into connection. We'll learn closed. Now closed, you want your foot between
Is
hers.
closed always your right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Maybe like 6 months in, I'll show you that there can be left, but it's like rare. But it's like, it can be closed on that side, but it's just doesn't, it happens like 5% of the time.
Okay.
So good question. All right, so let's get into, let's do basic. Okay, now step into closed. You're gonna put your feet between hers. Yep, step up. And then the center of your, like this right side of your chest will be the center of her body. So you're gonna turn a little, yeah, perfect. Now this is closed position. Let's bring both of your guys' feet a little closer together. So your first, say you're a little nervous, first dance. Just get into the position and just be like, how are you doing? What was your name? Are you nervous too? Whatever. Do you like pickles? And then that will help you kind of like break like a little bit of the tension, and then you can slide out to a basic. So from here, let's slide out to the basic. Just get into your basic position. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna get into cuddle. Let's go down a little bit. So this is called the cuddle position. And your job is not to stretch her. You wanna try to keep her about here.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. That's called the cuddle. Okay, so let's walk down the slot with this. Cuddle. Come backwards. Now we're gonna learn a hammer lock, which is gonna be your third spin type. We're gonna release our left hand, this time going forward, so let's go forward. We're gonna release our left hand and then just stop, and her momentum is gonna carry her forward. Yep,
Okay.
so that's a rollout, and if you want her to continue, you're gonna turn your hand like you're dumping a cup. That's called a hammer lock. See how it turns her body? If you do that in momentum, she'll flow out, and then you release, and then she'll flow all the way to catching you again. So it looks like this. So you got all of it. As you're going out, you just turn your hand down and you notice it just keeps you going, and then you catch her right hand. So prep that left hip forward. Yep. Perfect. Good job, dude.
Yeah.
First try.
A little whoosh.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Good job, Luke.
That was beautiful.
Good. Left, right. Left, right. Good.
Give me a
Now
nice
throw
back
frisbee.
hand.
Yeah, good job. Cool. So that's called the lateral tension spin. Release, up and over, drift. Good. Back home. Good job. Okay, these are all our basics. Dips are another thing, but we'll look at them tomorrow.
Okay.
So now we just want to get them locked in. So we have 4 spins, 2 turns, 4 holds, and a couple flare pieces. It's all about, all the movements are just there to play. But you can see I'm still doing just the basic movements. Okay. So these are all the moves that you already know how to do. I'm just styling them now, but you have to get the mechanical structure down before you can style.
I'm lost in the world.
How are you feeling about your connection to your partners?
I think I haven't had too much of a problem. I think I've had kind of a natural push-pull to it, but there's definitely times where it might be stiff or whatever. I have a bad problem of like trying to extend and not moving my legs enough and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Some of the feedback I've gotten. So of all the instructors and everybody that worked with you yesterday, they're like, he's got a really soft touch, really soft connection, really nice to dance with. Really pick up on the moves fast is what people have said. Easy partner. So there's like only positive feedback is what I've heard so far. So right now you have your inner dialogue going on that's going to be like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm too slow, I'm not getting the steps right, whatever. And then there's the actuality of what's going on, and your partners are enjoying their dances with you. May's like, dude, he's really good. Like, he's solid already. Like, day 1, he's killing it. So there's the actual of what is real. And that's like, you don't know for yourself because you're in your own head.
Yeah.
But the actual feedback
of the actual people, of the actual dances, are that you're really fun to dance with. It's really easy to connect with you. You're soft, you're gentle, you're not jerky, you're not using your thumbs. So it's like all really positive things. Did you have any questions while you were dancing or anything that was coming up for you?
No, I think this might just come with time, but like
Yeah.
really like feeling what like the pressure
Yeah.
of like
Constant communication.
like what are some signs that you can give of like what moves you're doing and stuff like that.
Yeah, all that will come with time. I think you did an incredible job. I'm going to be straight honest with you. Most people's first lessons don't get to through all 12 movements, and you did. So fantastic, and you got them all down. Your movements are great. You didn't use your thumbs. Your flow was good. That song at the end, you even got into, like, your body was moving, like you're actually getting into it, which is really cool. Most people don't get there until lesson 3 or 4. I'd say 60-70% of the leads that I teach only get into 6 moves their first day, and you got 12. So amazing job. And of course your brain is gonna be like, oh, I didn't actually learn, I don't actually know, but I've got a video that says you know how to do them. And you can just be like, oh yeah, it's still tricky, but you got them. Most people I can't even teach it to because they haven't learned the first one right, but you've learned all of them correctly, and you're just learning how to integrate it. So you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, we have campouts. We'll be at Yin on Fire this year in October. We'll have our whole dance camp set up there. You can learn to dance while we're there. You can take private lessons. You can take online courses from us. So we do online content. We team up with Mended Light Therapy for content. And so we're doing integrated modules. We have a booklet. So very commonly when people come into the single world, it's leaving some sort of a traumatic relationship. And so we have a book for people leaving trauma bonds or in the process of leaving trauma bonds. A lot of times you'll find in life, if you're not familiar with a trauma bond, essentially at some point in your life you got the crap scared out of you, and someone is just like, you're not doing it right, and this is how you do it, and they give you a channel of how to do it right. And the fear locks you into this cyclical loop where they are the one in charge. So they're like, you're not doing it right, listen to me, I'm your boss. And it just keeps going like that. And there's varying degrees from emotional abuse, financial abuse, religious abuse, but these trauma bonds are scare the crap out of someone and then make them do something to earn their keep. And so you're constantly never good enough for this person. It could be how you see God, it could be how you see your husband, whatever the case is. And what happens is if you're stuck in these trauma loops, you'll end up being deceptive and lying and creating unhealthy situations and relationships. And you're gonna find yourself really just unhappy and like completely just like feeling like you're tanking life. And so we have workbooks for people, helping people leave those relationships. And I feel like we're very successful at it, helping people disconnect from those relationships and then get the required 2 months or whatever it is of time apart while going through these workbooks. You're gonna find yourself in PTSD responses, which are flashback things, and that can be from a crazy past experience or something in the present. And we have workbooks. All this you can find on the website, but they just kind of help you. So it's like your little guide. It's like, oh, I'm in a trauma response. Go to my workbook. And by the time this comes out, we'll probably have our app ready, but the app is just an integrated version of that. So it's just like, I'm in a trauma response, I'm feeling flustered, I can't breathe, I'm feeling like I need to go do and fix this thing, and it'll just kind of walk you through. We pull from things like Complex PTSD, Chapter 8, where it talks about the 13 steps of how to get out of that situation, and then once you're stabilized, we talk about how to downregulate your nervous system so that you can retain that healthy balance and live a more happy and healthy life. So we have lots of resources on our website, but the idea is everything points back to community and yourself. So it's like, come back home to yourself and we'll help you get there. And then when you have yourself and you found yourself, we want to play with you. So it's like, when you're there, let's learn this little simple game called dance, and let's play and connect. And the rules are very simple, as you're going to see in the lesson. And everyone learns it super fast, and then you have a skill set that you can play with people the rest of your life in this cool way.
So much more than dance. I've got a new tagline for you. Soul Coast Dance, so much more than dance.
So much more than dance.
Wow, I'm so good at this. So you're changing lives, Jake. You and your community are changing lives. dance is helping people understand how they're expressing themselves to the external world by what's happening in their internal world. And you're helping people to come back to themselves one dance at a time.
Yeah.
And I just love this. Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
So much for sharing this with the world. And we're going to have to check in with you and Luke again.
Heck
Maybe
yeah.
Yin on Fire.
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks. So I have to tell you about a really cool thing that you may not know about. It is called Yin on Fire, and it's a healing arts festival down in southern Utah, right next to Zion National Park. Let me tell you why this is so cool. All of these episodes are showcasing a non-traditional therapy or a non-traditional way of healing. What if you could actually go to a 4-day, 3-night event and have like this buffet of offerings that you could try out all sorts of different non-traditional therapies, go learn from experts, and be surrounded by an incredible community. And then at night, have incredible shows where you dance the night away. That's what Yin on Fire is all about, and you should go check it out.